Hi everyone, so today is day 3 of my 12-part video series, 12 Laws of Karma from my perspective. Thank you to everyone who's been watching so far. Thank you to those who comment, share. I appreciate you all. Doing a series is something that's very important and personal to me. So as I go through each day, I find myself revisiting each lesson as well, learning, coming into a new thought process each time. My mind is expanding a little bit more further than previously as I actually do this sharing of my perspective of the 12 laws of karma. Website information, things like that, up in the caption above. Let's see, if you are interested in signing up for the free meditation class, it's the meditation and introduction to the root chakra on August 26th. The link will also be above. And we're going to just get right into it, okay? So this law, the third law, is my struggle law. And this law is the law of humility. And basically what this law means is until you learn to accept certain things, certain aspects of your life, they will continue to be. So there are sometimes situations in our life that is completely out of our control. Like if you remember in the first video, I talked about dharma and how dharma is affected by karma, but dharma is pretty much like the is what it is. Like, let's see. Say if you lived a life and you fixed your karma, you took care of karmic debts, karmic ties. Some of them can't always be severed because it's a purpose why some people are in our lives in these particular lifetimes. But depending on your karmic behavior in a certain life, then, you know, again, if you believe in reincarnation, things like that, it affects your future dharma to follow. So your dharma is things that may occur in your life that you have no control over. What family you're born into, what financial status you're born into, what race, religion you're born into, different things like that that's completely out of your control. And it doesn't have to be something so huge. It could be other things that you just don't have control over, particular situations in your life. And so my struggle with that is I'm somebody who kind of likes control. I like to take charge because I like things to be right whenever I do them. And it's not saying that I don't think other people can do things right. But, you know, I just feel like I have to, if it's regarding me, I have to kind of take charge to ensure everything goes the way that I envision it in my mind. So, why do I struggle with this particular law? Well, like I just said, I'm not a control freak. Maybe it can be seen as a control freak. I don't think I'm a control freak. But with that being said, sometimes situations are like out of my control, and my reaction to that may not always be ideal. So I'll actually practice this law daily. I put focus into the parts of my life that I have absolutely no control over. There's a video I shared a while back with Oprah Winfrey. I might share it today on my page. But basically what all Oprah said in the video was all we could do is prepare for the opportunity. You know, you do the work, you do what you have to do, and then you have to truly learn to let things go and let the universe work how it needs to work or however it's aligned in the stars, okay? And while I understand that concept, I do ultimately struggle with following that concept, I guess you can say. So this is my struggle law. So the exercise today, I want to say, would be to really reflect on what's going on in your life and the things that you are allowing to kind of control you, whatever. I'm outside again today, y'all, and Louisiana got bugs and all of that stuff flying around. But so reevaluate your life today. Journaling is great. You know, when we were in school, like junior high, elementary school, we would journal and everything. And some habits we just got away from as adults. Some adults still journal. I journal because I like to go back and read what I wrote, especially if it's a day where I just had issues with acceptance. I like to go back to see how far I've grown. So maybe you could start a journal today. Let that be part of one of your exercises. Start a journal. And in that journal, maybe begin to write about the things that you have issues with accepting in your life, but not just that you have issues with accepting it. Coming to the realization that it's something that you have absolutely no control over. You know, an example of that could be like you are all excited to go take this beautiful tropical vacation. And when you get there, it is storming the whole time you're there. And of course, you'll be angry, spent your money, you had plans, and you can't do absolutely nothing. And as disturbing that can be to you and how it can anger you, you have to learn to be able to accept that, you know, it is what it is. I can't do what I planned on doing. But in the part of acceptance is also looking at the bright side of things. Being, okay, I can't go to the beach, but how else can I enjoy this vacation? When you learn to do that, and like I said, it's still my struggle, so don't deem me an expert on this. But when you learn to accept things that you do not have control over, life can change in a way. Your thought processes change. The way you view situations change. You become more optimistic and open-minded. And when you are more optimistic and open-minded, then certain parts of life can seem limitless because you stop putting limits on things that are controlled by your emotions. So, I'm going to say with the law of karma, something very important is to kind of start being aware of your emotional state, because when our emotions are chaotic and when our emotions are raging high, whether it is anger, sadness, anything like that, those emotions cause us to react in certain ways that can be ideal or not so ideal. So another thing on this journey is just kind of be aware of your emotional state when you are just thinking about certain parts of your life. And when I say that you have to learn to accept things, and until you do accept things, things will continue. Meaning, if you can accept the fact that, okay, so the video cut off, so I'm adding this part in. But back to the vacation real quick, and then I'll close off this video. But like I was saying, you get there, it's storming, you're angry, you don't want to accept that. So if you're not accepting that, then you're trapped in an emotion of frustration and anger, and you're not even being aware of the beauty that is surrounding you. So acceptance teaches us to kind of be liberated, because when you learn to accept things you have no control over, you then learn to expand your mind in a way to think that, okay, well, I need to learn how to make the best of whatever this is I'm going through. It's my whole point. And I keep talking about vacation because I haven't been to the beach yet. My soul's calling out to go to the beach, y'all. I love the beach. I try to go somewhere every month. Not every month, I'm sorry, every year. And it just didn't happen yet this year. But I'm trying to manifest Jamaica by the end of the year. So I ain't gave up hope yet. I'm accepting that I have not been to the beach yet. And I'm looking in an optimistic way that I will either get there this year or next year. I will be somewhere that my mind could not even imagine. See? That's what I mean. Like, you know, it's something like going through these laws and actively working with these laws in your life. Y'all, it's not I done it, I'm good. It's sometimes when you're really struggling, it can be a day by day an hour by hour, a minute by minute thing. And all you're doing is increasing your awareness. In increasing your awareness, you become aware of what's truly moving around you. And sometimes that's not always possible when you have dealing with distractions of life. So, like I said, an exercise today, I suggest journaling and really writing down some things you're having issues with accepting. And then, I mean, maybe you could draw like a line down the page. Things you have issues with accepting, and then looking at it from a different perspective and writing, how can you learn to accept this particular situation in your life? So that is it. Day 3, my struggle law. I'm currently working on that right now with a particular situation in my life, like in this moment. So I'm telling y'all to do this. I'm going to journal myself. Okay. So tomorrow, day 4. If you have any questions, leave them below. Again, I'm sorry this video splits and it's like 2. Hopefully it's not too noticeable. I do not use professional cameras. I am not a professional. I don't use professional backgrounds. I am just in the raw here, you know. And I figure it's not about how glamorous everything looks around me. It's about the message, and I'm hoping that somebody gets the message. If it's just 1 or 2 people, if it's just 1 person, if I know that I reach somebody, I know that what I'm doing and continue to doing means that I'm doing my job. Even though I don't look at it like a job, but you know what I mean. But anyway, so y'all have a wonderful day, and tomorrow we will be on the 4th law.